Hi, folks. It's Keith Beardsley of the Beardsley Real Estate Team, www.beardsleyteam.ca. Here today with a short blog or vlog, depending on what you want to call it, where I take a look at the overall numbers for the areas that we service. And I think it's an interesting approach because now I get to comment on some of the numbers and the overall trends, not just on any one particular town. So what do we see here? Well, we're rural. We're not urban. Most of the Ottawa board statistics, which come out and which the media use, that's based really largely on the urban numbers. And the urban numbers can be very, very different to our rural numbers. I mean, rural's not the same as urban. That's why we moved out to the rural areas. So when you look at these numbers, these will be different to some of the numbers you hear in the media. And I always say the media goes for the worst, and that's what helps them get attention if you want. But reality here is our numbers are not that bad. So let's look at what are we looking at? Well, in the rural regions that these videos serve, for one thing, what I've done is I've made them more regional. So the MLS districts, if you want, have been condensed into various areas. So there's one covering Kemptville, North Grenville, another one covering North Dundas, another one for the Russell-Embrum area, another one for what I'm referring to as rural Ottawa South, that string of communities along the edge of Ottawa, and another one for the Rideau Township section. So look at those numbers, and really the regional numbers are going to give you a better clue as to what is happening. I have put the individual town numbers in as well, but remember they're very small markets. And one or two sales difference can make a big difference in average price. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing it. So let's look at what are we looking at? Well, we see the market has slowed. Everyone knows that. I mean, signs stay up a lot longer now than they used to. This is a normal market. This is the market that Ottawa usually has. So when you're in the country, and I've been doing country sales for a long time now, the country is slower. There's fewer people coming out to look at properties out here. It takes a bit longer to sell, but they sell, and they sell for a good price. So keep that in mind. Rural areas, a little bit slower. So the trend you're going to see across these videos is the market slowing. Fewer sales in most cases compared to this time last year. Now, if you compared it to the year before that, you would see a bigger drop again. So the market has slowed, still not a bad market, still a good market. The big change, though, and the surprise, I guess if you want to call it that, not so much a change, prices. Prices out here really haven't dropped very much. So you hear all the horror stories out of Toronto about the massive price drops there. None of that applies to our rural areas. Our rural areas are still doing very, very well, and that's important. Now, there are some towns you'll see where there's a drop of, 19%, 20% in value, but they're usually very tiny markets where it makes a difference whether it's a few big homes sell or a few small homes that sell. So when you see a drop like that in a very tiny market, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about it because your house is your house. It's got a specific value. Doesn't necessarily reflect what has happened in the last few months in a very small market. So there you go. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me, 613-897-6839 by phone, text, or you can email, or you can go through our website, www.beardsleyteam.ca. There's a link there where you can contact us. Keith Beardsley, wishing you a great day.